Imagine holding a letter, the paper thin and worn, the ink faded by time and distance. It's a message from a loved one, a snapshot of a life being lived, full of hope, dreams, and mundane daily details. Now, imagine that letter arrives, but the person who wrote it is already gone. This was the heartbreaking reality for countless families during the great wars of the 20th century. Today, we're exploring the story of posthumous letters, the final words from soldiers that crossed oceans and continents, arriving only after they had made the ultimate sacrifice. In an era before instant messaging and video calls, the mail was the lifeline connecting soldiers on the front lines to their families back home. A letter was a tangible piece of home, a scent, a touch, a voice on paper. For soldiers, writing was a way to escape the brutal reality of war, to remember who they were fighting for, and to pour out their hearts. They wrote about the weather, the food, their comrades, and their deepest fears and hopes. They asked about the harvest, a younger sibling's birthday, or the health of an aging parent. Each word was a bridge across a chasm of uncertainty and danger. But the journey of these letters was perilous. Mail was transported by ships vulnerable to submarine attacks, by trains that could be bombed, and by couriers navigating treacherous battlefields. A letter could take weeks, sometimes months, to reach its destination. In that span of time, everything could change. A soldier who was alive and well when he sealed the envelope could be gone by the time his mother or wife tore it open. This created a surreal and tragic dissonance for the families left behind. They would receive a vibrant, living letter from a son, husband, or brother, filled with plans for the future. He might talk about the first thing he'd eat when he got home, or his dreams of starting a family, or simply how much he missed them. But this letter would often arrive in the same week, sometimes even on the same day as the dreaded official telegram from the War Office, the one that began with the words, "We regret to inform you." So, a family would be holding two contradictory realities in their hands. One, a cold, formal notice of death. The other, a warm, personal letter, pulsating with life. How do you reconcile that? How do you read about your son's hopes for his return when you know he will never walk through the door again? It's an emotional paradox that is almost impossible to comprehend. Let's look at a specific, documented type of these letters. The last letter, or farewell letter. Many soldiers, acutely aware of their mortality, wrote a final letter to be sent only in the event of their death. These weren't regular correspondence. They were a conscious act of saying goodbye. They would entrust this letter to a friend or a chaplain with strict instructions. If I do make it back, please make sure my family gets this. These last letters are some of the most powerful and poignant documents to come out of any conflict. In them, soldiers tried to offer comfort to their grieving families. They would often write that they were not afraid, that they were proud to have served their country, and that their families should not mourn for too long, but live their lives to the fullest. A young soldier might write to his parents, thanking them for the life they gave him. A husband might write to his wife, telling her to find happiness again and to tell their children how much he loved them. One famous example is the letter of 2nd Lieutenant Eric Lubbock, a British pilot in the First World War. Before his final flight, he wrote to his mother, "I am going to die, not gallantly, but just die, and I want you to be the first to know, and to understand that it is not so very dreadful." He asked her to look at it as him simply going on a long journey. His letter, full of love and a profound sense of peace, offered a final, comforting embrace from beyond the grave. It arrived after the official notification of his death, a final, personal word that no government telegram could ever convey. These letters served a crucial purpose. They allowed the soldier a final moment of agency, a way to shape their own memory. Instead of their last communication being a sterile official notice, their final words were their own, full of love, reassurance, and their own unique voice. For the families, these letters were an invaluable, if painful, gift. They provided a sense of closure that the telegram could not. They were a final, intimate connection, a confirmation that even in their last moments, their loved one was thinking of them. The stories are countless. A soldier in the trenches of France, writing by candlelight about his dream of opening a small bookshop after the war. His letter arriving a month after he was killed in an artillery barrage. An American GI in the Pacific, describing the beautiful sunsets and his excitement to meet his newborn daughter. His letter reaching his wife weeks after his ship was sunk. Each letter is a universe of lost potential, a story cut short. These posthumous letters highlight the brutal inefficiency and chaos of wartime communication. But more than that, they stand as enduring testaments to the human spirit. They show us that even in the face of unimaginable horror, the most powerful force is the human need to connect, to love, and to be remembered. These pieces of paper, carried across battlefields and oceans, are not just historical artifacts. They are love letters, final goodbyes, and eternal echoes of lives lived and lost. They remind us of the immense human cost of war, a cost measured not just in numbers, but in the silenced voices and unanswered letters that still resonate with us today. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the past. It's important to remember these stories, to honor the voices that echo through these letters. If you found this story meaningful, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the human side of history. See you next time.